There are two class of models in machine learning. One is called supervised learning, other one is called unsupervised learning. In a supervised learning, it's depend on the data. Supervised learning and unsupervised learning. In supervised learning, the class variable or dependent variable available. And in an unsupervised learning, without class variable, we have to group the data. Group the data. Supervised learning decision tree is an algorithm which comes under the heading of supervised learning, and clustering is a technique which comes under the heading of unsupervised learning. So we have a data set here, and that data set which I am going to use for this implementation is the data set of iris. Iris is a very popular data set, and in R there is a package named as C 5.0. This is the algorithm C 5.0, and this algorithm do the classification on the data. So we have the two commands here. One command is the require command, and the second command is the data command. Require command basically load the package C50, and install dot packages will install the, because this is an external package. It is not already available with the installation of the R. So you should have to first install the package, and then you have to associate the package with your current R session. The require command does what? Require command associate the package which installed earlier with the current session of R. And the next command do what? Next command, the iris dataset. The iris dataset is available with the installation of R. So we have just to associate the iris dataset with the current session of R. Without the data command, we cannot use the iris dataset. The next command is the head iris, which indicates that first 6 rows of the data will be represented to the users. So these are the 4 simple commands by which we can associate the data and the package with the current session of R. Now, whenever we do the command head iris, so you can see that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and column name. All the columns are not showing in this output. There are several columns in which we have there are the several column in the data set. I am showing you the complete data set in R, because it is not mentioned, all the columns is not mentioned on this slide. Now you can see the iris data set. In this iris data set, we have 6 columns. Column names are sepal dot length, sepal dot width, petal dot length, petal dot width, and species. So these are the 5 columns, and the first 6 rows of these 5 columns are mentioned here. So this is the data set in which we have and 50 rows in this data set we have. So when I run the next command, and that command is the str iris, so you can see that the entire data frame contents are to be shown here on the screen. And that contents are what? 150 observations of 5 variables. And some of the values of these variables are mentioned in the output. Sepal dot length is a numeric variable with the fractional values. We can say that this is a floating point variable. Similarly, sepal dot width is also numeric, and petal dot length and petal dot width. So what is the objective of this analysis that we have here? So we want to classify the plants into the specific species. Species is a factor variable, and in the species we have three levels. And what are the three levels? That three levels are mentioned here. So by the next command, I'm showing you the entire values of the species. Now you can see that we have three species. One is called Setosa. Second one is called versicolor. And the third one is called Virginica. Virginica, Setosa, versicolors, these are the three categories. And in these three categories, 50 observations we have here, which these 50 observations are available in my data set. Now you can see that table command will do what? Table command, and you have to specify in a table command a factor variable. So iris dollar species. The table command will do and will show a frequency table of the species. So there are the three species values: Setosa, versicolor, and virginica. All of that, we have 50 observations for all of that. So table command is a very important command. It shows you a contingency table. So this is called, if we are specifying the two variable here, then a 2 by 2 contingency table will be shown. If we are specifying a single variable here in the table command, then simple frequency table is to be shown. So this is the frequency table of species. We cannot specify a numeric variable here. The numeric variable, you cannot prepare the frequency table by the table command by a numeric variable. So you should try to have a factor variable for a table command. Now, these elements in this data set are sorted. Means first we have 50 cases of Setosa, then we have 50 cases of versicolor, and after that we have, so these are the sorted by the species. The first thing we should have to do is to randomly sort this data set. But the data set is not randomly there. We have to sort the data set on a random basis. So we have to do what? We have to specify a G is a new variable we want to create. So what is G? G is nothing. G is a new variable. And what we are going to store in this new variable G, uniformly distributed random number. So this is nothing. This is just the random number. You can draw the random number by RAND function into your Excel. So that is the same function we have here in a RUNIF, runif. So it is not runif, it is RUNIF. It is R unif. Unif means uniform. It is a probability distribution or random numbers from the uniform. R unif means random numbers from uniform distribution. How many random numbers we want to generate? We want to generate as many rows we have in our data set. Iris. So n rows is a function which capture the number of rows from the iris data set. So it is 50. So we can write down a very simple command by r unif space 50. So r unif 50 will do the same thing as we have n rows iris. Now these random numbers, 50 random numbers are generated and stored in a variable g. Now we have to reorder. This command do what? This command sort the iris data set by the order of g. So because g contains the random numbers and I want to randomly sort the iris data set. So what is the purpose of this command iris order g? The purpose of this command along with the all column. Why we have a comma and the blank comma after comma? We have to have all of the columns. So all of the columns are sorted and the new data set after sorting is stored in the iris R. So we have the two data set. One is iris, it is the original data set. And on the left side, we have a new data frame variable. This is iris R. R means random. So we have here we have a sorted data with the species, but in iris R we have a data with the random order. So we have a randomly distributed data here in iris R. So instead of doing the classification on the variable iris, we will do the classification on iris R. Now you can observe the execution of these four commands. Number one is set.seed9850. Second one is g random number uniform and then iris R. Then the structure of iris R is shown. The structure of iris R now has 150 observations because 50 observations from Setosa, 50 observations from Virginica, and 50 observations in the third category we have. So these are the three categories and total number of observations are 150. You can see here the species variable. The species variable is a factor variable with 3 levels. Now it is not sorted. Earlier it was showing you the all values of one category, then the all values of second category and all the value of third category, but now it is mixed according to the new sort order. The new sort order is, so we have a mixed arrange data, randomly arranged data on the basis of species variable. So species, which is a class variable, and the class variable, according to the class variable, our data must be shuffled data. So now this is the shuffled data, name of the data is iris R. You can see the structure of iris R. You can see the first 6 rows of the iris R. Now first 100 rows for the shuffle data is used as a training set. Out of the 150 rows, we want to group the data into the two segments. One is called training data, other is called testing data. So randomly 100 rows are to be taken into a new data set named as training data set. and remaining 50 rows will be stored in a testing data set. As all of you are familiar that for machine learning models, we generally use training data set to train the model and testing data set to check the accuracy of the model. So that we have the two set of data. To eliminate the target feature species from the training data, we use -5. So we have to we have not to eliminate the target feature from the training data. We should have to eliminate the class variable from the testing data. We should have a class variable in the training data. So -5 is indicating what? -5 is indicating that the fifth column has to be taken separately, which is a class variable. So now iris 1:100 -5 or iris 1:100 comma 5 target column training data. C5.0 is the name of algorithm, is the name of the function, and we are going to build the model. And on the left side, what we have? Model 1, M1. So model 1 is a variable which contains the result of the model, the output of the model. And C5.0 is what? C5.0 is the C5.0 is a function which run the classification algorithm. The C5.0 is a classification algorithm function, and it needs the two elements. And what two elements are required? Iris are, this is the data set, 1 to 100 rows, and without class label, then comma iris are 1:100 comma 5. So it means C5.0 needs the two types of data set. C5.0, one thing is required. C5.0, it requires all of the independent variable first and dependent variable next. So that is the C5.0. So why I have -5 here? -5 means without the class variable. So out of the 5 variable, the 4 variable are before the comma, which are known as independent variables. So this is not one variable. This is a list of 4 variable. Then comma, we have to specify the fifth column. So after comma, we have only the fifth column. Before comma, we have the 4 columns, column number 1, 2, 3, 4. So these two parameters this function has. And you can see the details output of the model by summary command. As all of you are familiar with the summary command, in the regression model, I use the summary command to show the entire output of the model. Now M1 contains what? M1 contains the model itself, right? So see, this is the syntax of C5.0. So what is the syntax? Training set, comma, target column. Target column means the class variable. So independent variable versus the dependent variable separated with the comma. While in the linear model, I specified dependent variable with the tilde symbol and the independent variable. All of you are familiar with the function. Linear model has this format, but C5.0 has a reverse format. Here, independent variables are to be specified first and dependent variable will be later on. Here we have a separator of tilde in the linear model, but in C5.0 we have a separator of comma instead of tilde symbol. So that is the major difference between specifying linear model and C5.0. Acha, only the first 100 rows are used. The remaining 50 rows are not used because of they are assumed to be the testing data set. So in the training data set, we have only 100 rows and remaining 50 rows. So row number 1 to 100, because we have already shuffled the data to 1 to 100, we have a mixed order of all of the values of the class variable. So we have a mixed data. We must have a mixed data, because if we do the same command on iris instead of iris r, if we do the same command on iris, if iris r I am using, if I am removing the iris r and use iris, the model will not be built, because in the first 100 rows of iris there are only two categories, because categories are sorted by groups. So setosa and versicolor will be used, and the third category will not be used to build the model. To build model, your model will not be the accurate model in that case, because it will classify only the two groups, not the third one. So IRIS-R is a mixed data in which we have a mixed order of species. So therefore, we can use all of the three categories are appropriately modeled. Now I am showing you the summary of this model. So summary of this model can be shown by this command. You can see that IRIS5 uh, iris-r x means the independent variable, comma, y means the dependent variable. The fifth column, it has only one column, it has four columns, except the fifth column. -5 means except the fifth column, all of the four column will be used as an independent variable. Now the classification tree, the number of samples are 100 because 100 rows are used, and the number of predictors are 4. What are the predictors? Sepal dot length, sepal dot width, petal dot length, petal dot width. These are the 4 predictors, and we use 4 predictors here to specify as a variable x. The tree size is 4. So this is the tree. You can see that class specified by attribute outcomes, read 100 cases, 5 attributes from the undefined dot data, decision tree. Decision tree petal dot length is less than equal to 1.9 setosa 34. So we have a unique label, which is we can say that this is a child node. It is not for the terminal node, not child node. It is the terminal node, setosa. So if petal length is less than 1.9, so we have only one category, that is setosa. So if we are giving this model a unknown data with the 4 parameters, length of the petal and the width and the length of the sepal, then if the petal length is smaller than 1.9, then it will classify as setosa, because it is only one category. But if the petal length is more than 1.9, then the tree is further subclassified on the basis of petal width. It will check the petal width. If petal width is more than 1.6, then there are 29 cases, it is Virginica. 29 unique items we have. And if petal dot width is less than 1.6, then another attribute is to be checked, which is petal dot length. If petal dot length is less than 4.9, then we have versicolor, 35 elements are there. If petal dot length is greater than 4.9, then we have the third category, which is Virginica. The Virginica and versicolor, these are the two, and setosa is a very clear cut. We have discrimination of setosa by just a petal dot width. So this is the tree which is built by C5.0 algorithm, and this is stored in the variable M1, model 1. M1, M2, I'm building the multiple model. M1 is the first phase of the model, is the um, first iteration. So we cannot use the term iteration because this is not iteration. This is the first phase of the model. Now we have a confusion matrix. This is called confusion matrix, and confusion matrix indicates what? This is indicating at A, B, C. A is Setosa, B is versicolor, C is virginica. A, B, C, we have 34 correctly classified item. Means what? Means these 34 elements from Setosa, and they are classified in Setosa. Classified as, these are the classification by my model. So this is called confusion matrix. Confusion matrix is a matrix which is used to assess the accuracy or inaccuracy of the model. So 34 items in my data set, 34 item belongs to the Setosa, and they are classified in Setosa. There are 35 elements in versicolor, they are classified as versicolor. There are 31 elements in virginica, they are classified as virginica. Means there is no misclassification. So you can see that the percentage of error is shown here, 0%. The decision tree, 100 cases are correctly identified by this model. Identified by this model. The 100% accuracy, this is here. Now, misclassification rate is 0. It is called in machine learning model as overfitting. Means the model is a deterministic model instead of a probabilistic model. Because in a machine learning model, if the model is 100% accurate, means we can say that there is no misclassification and the 0% error we have. And there are the doubts on this model because why the model is correctly 100% correctly identifying the data set. Now we are going to predict our data by model 1. So I'm using DF. DF is the data frame, and what this DF contains, I should have a variable have to create with the name DF, data frame, model 1, predict P1. The P1 is what? P1 is a prediction. Predict function will do what? Predict function will use this model M1, which is created previously. And then you have to specify the data frame of your testing data set. So DF is a testing data set, but I have not created the DF first. So we should have to create the DF first, which contains the row number 101 up to 150. So this should be the data set in which we have a unknown data we have, and we are going to predict this unknown data with the model M1, and the predicted result are to be shown in P1. So then next command will do what? The next command will print the value of P1, means how many are classified appropriately or not. Now iris data set 101 up to 150, comma 5, fifth column. and comma P1. P1 is what? P1 is the value which has these predictions. So now a two-way table is to be formed. Two-way table by IRIS data set 101 up to 50 with the column number 5. This is only one column we have here, and we have a predicted result by this model we have here in P1. So this table is to be shown. So you can see that this table has 16 are setosa, and they are classified as setosa. 12 are versicolor, they are versicolor, correctly identified. 19 are virginica, and they are correctly identified. But 3 are misclassification we have in the testing data set. So this is the execution of the contingency table. Contingency table of 2 factor variables. So this contingency table has misclassification rate. The misclassification rate is what? Misclassification is equal to 3 divided by 50. So this is the misclassification rate. And if I want to calculate the accuracy is equal to 1 minus 3 by 50, because 47 items were classified correctly and 3 items were classified incorrectly. So misclassification rate is 3 by 50 and accuracy is 47 by 50. Now you can see the output of M1, model 1. So setosa, all are classified as setosa here. Here you can see that all are classified 35 as virginica, not virginica, versicolor. And here we have a node number 6. It is virginica. And third category with the petal length that we have greater than 1.6, so it is versicolor. So this is the same picture with the different format as I shown here. So this is the picture by these rules I constructed, but that is the picture which is printed by the output of this command, plot M1. So plot M1 will plot the model, and this model contains the tree. And you have the conditions here, and all of the same condition that as I shown previously by the green marker. Now syntax of another model is rpart. Up to now I was using the model which was C5.0. This was another algorithm, and rpart is another algorithm. So these are the 2 algorithms, regression tree. rpart stands for the regression. This is the regression tree. And in the regression trees, you have to define rpart function by species. Species is what? Is the label column. So this is dependent variable, and all of the independent variables. So this is the same model as you used in the linear model LM. So the same syntax of rpart we have, because it is a regression model. rpart is also a regression model with the classification tree. So linear model, the main difference between the LM and rpart, LM is used for quantitative data, and rpart we have quantitative as well as qualitative data, but your class variable should be the factor variable. The species is the factor variable, which is my dependent variable. So species, you have to specify the species, then the same symbol as we have dependent variable, tilde symbol, and then all of the independent variable, and our independent variable must be separated by a plus sign. So sepal dot length plus sepal dot width plus petal dot length plus petal dot width. Data is equal to data name. You have to specify the data name, and then method is equal to class, classification. So our part, you should have to specify the name of the method, which is classification method. So this is another algorithm which I am going to build here. So M3 is another model, new model M3, and our part species and tilde symbol dot. Dot means what? Dot means all independent variables, remaining variables, except the species. All variable are independent variable. The dot indicating all variable. Data is equal to 1 up to 100 IRSR, or method is equal to class. So this is the implementation of the model 3. If I run this model M3, then we have another rule. That rule is defined here, and we have a tree diagram like this. It is somewhat different, I think, with the previous one. So what is the accuracy of this one, and how can we plot this? R part dot plot M3, and petal dot length is less than 2.6, it is setosa. If it is greater than 2.6 and petal dot width is less than 1.6, it is versicolor. Versicolor, 35 elements there are, and its percentage is 37%. And if we have a greater than 1.6, the 29 items are there which are virginica, and 29% is this. So we have this tree by R part command. So now we are going to predict by M3. Model 3 is used, and this data set is the testing data set from row number 101 to 150. This is the testing data set, and by test same command, predict command, I am going to use with the model 3. In the first phase I use M1 here, and now we are going to use M3 here. The M3 is the third model which is built by our part function. Type is classification. Table dot, this will create the frequency table or the contingency table of P3 and P1. The two contingency tables are shown. One command show the contingency table with the predicted values by model 3, P3, and the second command will show you the contingency table by model 1. Now we have the two contingency table for comparison by R part, and here we have C5.0. So these two tables you can see here. It has, first one is P3, the second one is from P1. P1 is by C5.0 and P3 is by R part, sorry. It is a regression classification. We can also call it as binary regression. Predicted. So two misclassifications we have in the testing data set, and three misclassification we have in the testing data set. So out of these two models, everything is same, 16. No, one more misclassification we have here. The total number of misclassification are 4 here, but the total number of misclassification in the previous model was 3. So I think P1 is better as compared to the P3, or the model 1 is better as compared to the model 3, because of it has a slight variation of inaccuracy or accuracy of the model. So this is better. That's all for this lecture, and we have a question answer session. Thank you very much.